Alright guys, we're back and we're going to do our next game of Card Sharks, and Steve is the champion with $5,500. Now any contestant that wins 5 games will have a $25,000 bonus to their total. Now, I'm delighted to have Leaf back to the game. Leaf Man 813.
Yes, I'm back, and thank goodness. Oh, I miss these guys. I miss these guys.
Well, Leaf, are you ready to go, man, to play Card Sharks?
Let's do this.
All right, well, let's get going. Bring the R2-D2 out. And incidentally, guys, after this game is over with, I'll have a brief announcement after this game. But we're going to play this game, and then I'm going to have a brief announcement. All right, but first it goes to you, Steve.
Okay.
Steve, we asked 100 single women, have you ever been so curious about how much a man spent on the jewelry he gave you that you asked a jeweler, that's what I'm trying to say, a jeweler, what it was worth? How many women said they have been that curious?
I'm trying to think about this a little bit. I'm not sure exactly what about it is. I'm not sure what to say about this one. I'm gonna say 40.
Going 40, okay. Okay, Leaf, what do you think? Is it higher or lower than 40?
Well, let's try using a little logic here. Women I know love jewelry, to the single women, but I don't know if they just find out how much it's worth. Maybe it might be, it might not be, I don't know, but let's try higher.
You're going with higher, okay. As you know, if it's higher, you'll get to play your cards, Leaf. If not, it goes to Steve. The actual number of women that was curious of how much a man spent on the jewelry or whatever it is 43. It's a little higher. Good job, Leaf. Y'all getting really close. All right, Leaf, welcome to the game. Your opening card is a 3.
Higher.
He's going for it. Higher than a 3 is a 7.
Let's freeze there for now.
Freeze on the 7, keeping Steve away from his cards. And your question, Leaf. We found 100 men who are bodybuilders and asked them, which upsets you more, losing your muscles or losing your hair? Hint, hint, Rodney. How many bodybuilders said they would be more upset if they lost their muscles?
Well, bodybuilders will be bodybuilders, I will say that, and I have a couple of friends of mine who are.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not a bodybuilder myself, though. I will say 62.
Going 62. There you go. And Steve, is it higher or lower than 62?
I'm sure that a lot of them really care for their muscles more than their hair. I mean, but there's some of them that care about losing their muscles. I'm sure a lot of them would be disappointed, but I'm gonna say a little bit lower than 62.
A little lower than 62. Okay, let's check it out. The actual number of bodybuilders that said they would be more upset if they lost their muscles is, whoa, 61. Again,
we are bound to get it on the nose sooner.
Y'all nearly getting it on the nose, but
right?
If you had to get that, Leaf, that would have been $1,000 to you.
Man.
But Steve, you got it. You have that 8 showing. What do you want to do with that?
Throw it away.
Okay, throw it in the garbage. That 8 becomes an ace.
Lower.
Lower than an ace. No! All things, another ace has to show its ass up.
Damn you, double ace.
3 chance, Leaf. You have to play off the 7.
Yeah, I know I have to play off the 7. I wish I could have thrown it in the incinerator, but no, I can't. So I'll say higher.
Higher than a 7. No, no good, no good, no good. All right. Next question goes to you, Steve. We asked 100 United States congressmen in Washington, D.C., Who is more likely to win a closely fought political campaign? The best man or the richest? How many congressmen said that the richest man is more likely to win?
Well, I'm not that much of a political person, unfortunately. I don't really pay much attention to it.
Uh-huh.
Occasionally I do, but the richest man. Boy. All right, let's take a shot at it and say, wow, this is tough. 57.
Going 57. Okay, Leaf, is it higher or lower than 57?
Richer man. Well, I know money can be a little bit of a power driver. I know that much.
Mm-hmm.
Would the best man prevail? I don't know. I will go a tad bit lower.
Tad bit lower. Okay, let's check it out. The actual number of congressmen that said the richest man is more likely to win is 56!
Damn!
You guys are impressive today.
What's going on here?
Yeah, you guys are impressive.
Chaos. That's what's going on.
All right, Leaf, you got the 7. What do you want to do with that 7?
Throw it in the incinerator.
Throw it in the incinerator. The 7 becomes a jack.
Much better. Lower.
Lower than a jack. It's a 2.
Higher.
Higher than a 2. It's an ace.
Lower.
For the first game, $1,000 lower than the ace. Yeah, Jack, good job, Leaf.
All right.
$1,000, but y'all guys are making this very exciting on my channel.
You guys are too good.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah. All right, we go on to the second game, and we go to you, Leaf. And here's your question for round number 2.
All right.
We polled 116-year-old girls and asked them, in the last week, have you had a phone conversation that lasted more than 1 hour? How many girls said they did have a phone conversation that lasted more than 1 hour?
Oh, my favorite subject, teenage girls. Okay. Well, I do know how chatty young women like to be, and sometimes I end up overhearing their conversations, which I probably shouldn't.
Okay.
God. I don't, and personally, I wouldn't know if it was just with their friends or with their significant other.
Right, it doesn't say here.
Right, let's do 46.
Going 46. All right, is it higher or lower than 46, Steve?
Well, I know there's a lot of women that would like to be on the phone and talk for a long time, but I'm gonna say that it's gonna be a little bit higher.
A little higher.
Watch it be 46.
Well, we'll see. The actual number of girls that say yes, they have been in a phone conversation that lasted more than an hour is 71. A little bit of distance there, but it's higher. Good job, Steve.
There goes the streak.
All right, Steve, you have that 3.
I'll go higher.
Higher than a 3. Wait a minute, let me make sure. Okay, higher than a 3 is a 5.
Freeze.
Freezing on the 5, keeping the Leaf away from his cards. And your question, Steve. Okay, we surveyed 100 women over the age of 65. All these women are single and dating. And we asked them, before you accept a marriage proposal, would you ask your children's permission? How many senior citizen women said they would ask for their children's permission?
Over the age of 65?
Yes.
Jack. Get married. What was Okay, I don't know exactly because I don't think that would be very many. I'm gonna say about 34.
Go with 34. Okay, Leaf, is it higher or lower than 34?
Single at 65. Wow. And you're accepting a marriage, and you're planning to accept a marriage. Issue. Ooh. That man must have gone through a couple of marriages in his time, I bet.
Yeah.
just a little higher.
A little higher. Okay, let's check it out. The actual number of senior citizen women that would ask their children's permission is 16. Is not higher, is lower. All right, Steve, you got it. A 5. What do you want to do with that?
Change.
The 5 becomes a queen.
Lower.
Lower than a queen. It's a 5.
Again. Freeze.
Freezing on the 5, keeping Leaf away from his cards. And this next question goes to you, Leaf.
All right.
We asked 100 married women, have you ever told your kid to eat something because it's good for him, even though the very thought of it makes you gag? How many women said they have?
Well, food will be food, whether delicious or not so delicious. Tell your kids to eat it. It's good for them, even though the very thought of it makes you gag.
Mm-hmm.
Well, people make different tastes. I don't know. Let's try 29.
29, okay. Is it higher or lower than 29, Steve? And Corey will have to wait.
Tell your kids it's good for you, but it's not gag. Boy, I'm gonna say a little bit higher.
A little higher, okay.
Alright?
Let's check it out. The actual number of women that said they have said that to their child is 45. It is higher.
Okay.
All right, Steve, you have that 5. What's your pleasure?
Again, change.
The 5 becomes a jack.
Lower.
Lower than a jack. No, it's a queen. And we finally get a chance at the cards. You got the king.
Let's go lower.
Lower than the king. It's a 5.
I'm falling behind. Let's go higher.
Higher than a 5. It's a king.
Lower.
Lower than a king. It's a 9.
Freeze.
Freezing on the 9, and this is an interesting game here. This is the 4th and final question. Somebody must win on this play of the cards. Y'all both are playing very well. And the question goes to you, Steve.
Okay.
We asked 100 United States congressmen in Washington, D.C., and we asked them this question: do you believe most of what you read in the newspapers? How many congressmen said they do believe in most what they read in the newspapers?
I'm gonna say about 48.
Going with 48. Okay, Leaf, is it higher or lower than 48?
Newspapers, huh?
Yes, sir.
I do know that newspapers are associated with the media, and the media is known to kind of mix up the truth a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe just a little higher.
Just a little higher.
Yeah.
Okay, let's check it out. The actual number of congressmen that said they do believe in what they read in the newspaper is 90. Wow.
Oh.
Okay, the hell with that question. All right, Leaf. Here's the situation. You have that 9 showing, and you do have the control, and you have the power to change that 9 if you want to. And you have 1 card to go in order to win the match and be the new champion. Steve has that jack showing. He does not have the power to change that jack, and he has 2 cards to go. Now, do you want to play it yourself or force it on Steve?
I will play and throw that 9 in the incinerator.
All right, he's playing.
7 or 8.
Yes, he was playing, and he's changing the card. The 9 becomes a 7. Tough card, but if you call it right, Leaf, you're the new champion.
I'm going to say my prayers. Higher.
All right, I hope the prayers work, because if it is higher, you're the new champion, then a 7. Yeah!
All right.
Nicely done.
Good game, man.
Leaf, that brings you to $2,000, and you're going off to the money cards for $144,000. Steve, you're going home with $5,500, and our congratulations.
Thank you.
Great game, Steve. Great game.
That was a good game. Y'all are getting closer and closer with these surveys. I'm impressed with that.
Excuse me, guys. Can't wait till next episode.
And we're going to go off to the money cards very quickly here. And, is Leaf still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I'm going to explain to you how the money cards is played. It's played exactly the same way, except that we're going to start you off instead of $200 on the low level. We're going to start you out with $1,000 because our budget has increased.
All right.
So we're going to start you off with $1,000 of betting money on the lower level. You're going to work your way across the board, predicting whether those three cards are higher or lower than the one before it. Then we're going to bring you up to the second level, and we're going to give you $1,000 more of new betting money, and you have to do the same thing with the next three cards, predicting whether it's higher or lower. As you know, $50 is the minimum bet, and you must bid in $50 increments until you get to the big bet, in which you must bid at least half of your money. And in case if you trip up, you know all of this, you can change your card once per line with one of those three help cards, okay? And like before, we need a number between 1 and 52 so you can cut that deck.
Let's go half and 26.
Okay, let's hope for a good cut. And when the card's set up, we're going to give you your $1,000.
Money.
Okay, for $1,000, your opening card is a 10.
I will keep it and go 500 lower.
Okay, he's keeping it. $500 lower than a 10. No, it's a queen. Now you have $500 left over in queen.
The whole shebang lower.
Okay, everything higher than lower. Everything lower, I may have to make sure. Everything lower than a queen is a 10. You have $1,000 in a 10.
All right, let's change the 10 with number 2.
Okay, he's changing the 10. All right, the 10 becomes a 4. $1,000 in a 4, Leaf.
Let's do the whole thing higher.
Everything higher than a 4 is a 5. Good job. $2,000. Good job on the lower level. We move you up to the next level and give you $1,000, and you're up to $3,000 in a 5.
Let's trash it and replace it with number 3.
Okay, he's changing the card. The 5 becomes an 8.
Oh no!
$3,000 in an 8.
Let's just do $1,000 lower.
Okay, $1,000 lower than an 8. It's a 5. Good job. $4,000 in a 5.
Okay, let's go 2,000 higher.
Okay, $2,000 higher than a 5. It's a jack. You're up to $6,000 in a jack.
4,000 lower.
$4,000 lower than a jack. It's a 5.
Ooh.
All right, you have $10,000, Leaf, and you have that 5 showing. First of all, would you like to keep that card?
No, I would not like to keep it.
All right, we'll change it with that last spare card you got. Hopefully it's a good one. The 5 becomes a 6. Now, you must bid at least $5,000 on this play of the cards, but you can bid more. What's your big bet, Leaf?
$7,500 higher.
For $17,500, higher than a 6. Yes!
All right.
Wow, good job.
All right, you have $17,500 in the money cards. We add the $2,000 that you have won previously. You're up to $19,500.
All right.
And you will play again on our next show. And I'll discuss with you when you can play again. Off camera. Now, guys, for a serious note. We just received report, guys, that Robin Williams has died. And he's been a great movie star for many years. He has been on shows such as Mork and Mindy and such movies as Mrs. Doubtfire and various other movies that he has done. And I know he did a CBS sitcom for about one season. So Robin Williams has been a great actor. Nonetheless, he will be forever missed, y'all. And we're going to end this video with a moment of silence. This is Rodney1279 signing off, saying be safe, be careful, and take care, everybody.